Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid. I'm here with Sackney.
Hello, everybody.
And we've got turn 47 for you in new casting. So I think we ended last episode looking at Marignon and their war with Atlantis, and I think that is a great place to resume.
The war with Utgard.
Well, that too. We'll start with the one with Ulm.
Oh, okay, sorry. Because you said Atlantis.
Oh, I did. Okay, that's what I meant. Yeah, I meant, okay, I'm a little dyslexic, but we get through it.
So this is actually just a PD, basically. But Ulm is making a big move here, which is surprising because Marignon has been reinforcing this palisades for a while. So even though he's not patrolling it, there is going to be a big army from Marignon. So next turn, there should be a pretty epic fight here.
Right, there was a big army inside, so...
Yeah, and it's still there, so we expect...
And we saw from this battle on the outside, Valfur Flames was up, and that means there's going to be a fire moat around the wall.
Yep. So
that's going to be pretty interesting. Because this kind of chaff does not typically do very well against a firewall. Vampires raiding out here. A vivisectionist, what the hell?
Huh. Is that a hero?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Alright, so just Skelly spam. Skelly spam, the tool of gods. And then, okay, coming up to the war with Utgard. Let us see what happens. So, Ulm takes this fort with a bunch of garbage. Barely. Apparently, 150 wolves and thralls do beat 12 swordsmen. Which actually, this might be funny to watch.
Especially in a fort, because they've all got to stream through. Oh, they stream through fine. They're just bad.
I wonder if they're getting fatigued out at all. No, not really.
I think they're just getting harassed down, and some crits are probably getting in.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, goes to show enough idiots can accomplish great things.
So, Marignon, on the plus side, has kind of taken all of Utgard's provinces.
Right.
But, like you were saying, like Cold Feet, now his major army... Like, I don't know, it's weird, because now you're not threatening Utgard's cap this turn.
Right.
It's not clear to me what his plan is. I don't know, maybe that's part of the plan. Like, maybe Marignon just says, screw it, and goes north and fights all.
Yeah, the cap's not worth it.
Yeah, but why not? Like, to me, that makes sense, right? I would do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that's kind of what we were saying to do earlier. But skip some of the light raiding with the army.
Well, the thing is, like, I like that plan. The thing is, he could have done that 3 turns ago, right? He did not need the big army to do all this raiding.
Right.
I mean, look, Marignon is not falling behind here. He's better off now than he was before. We just think that he could have done things to do more.
And, we still haven't seen... I don't think we've seen a single real Scrotty Thug yet.
Well, they all died in that blood hunting accident.
Well, there's a blood hunting, but I mean, yeah. But, I mean, presumably he has more.
Well, at this point, where is he going to recruit them? He's only got the one.
I mean, hey, I just want to see one. Just want to see one.
Just one.
But, I mean, honestly, you have Seth Kona, so you can have a Scrotty and a Fluffer. If we see a Scrotty and a Fluffer, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, nothing else really to report on that front.
Yeah, I think that covers that conflict.
Yeah, and I guess the only other thing is Atlantis wrapping up Joman, but he's still sieging down the cap. And,
this is a bug, by the way. So that's me, actually.
When you try
if I'm infiltrating and somebody goes on top of the cap the next turn, if I don't set them to hide, then I end up having a battle, which is a little annoying.
It looks like Bogarus was trying to build up to come take some of Joman's stuff, but it looks like he might be too late to the party.
Right. Yeah, it's not very clear how much he's going to get now.
Which is too bad. And Raga attacks Ctis.
Yeah. You know what we haven't done, Zach? We should do, after we're done with the turns for this one, we should look at score graphs.
Oh, yes. Yeah, good idea.
So we've been doing all this cap infiltration, but we haven't been doing a lot of score graph looking.
Well, hopefully enough of the infiltrations have
been successful. This is what you're oohing and ahhing about.
Yep. Okay, that is a large quantity of Zeadins.
And a lot of mages, too. At least 20 commanders still. Or probably at least 16, so I don't know if the assassin spam is...
Well, I also don't see any... I'm looking at it here, and I don't see any empoisoners. I think that's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
I don't see any. Okay.
Now, what's the problem with this, Sakane, for Ctis?
The problem is that there are 50 Zeadins.
And what's the problem with that?
It's that there's Zeadins and there's 50 of them.
Well, it's that Skelly spam is countered by flyers in general.
No, there are many. I'm being facetious. There are many problems here.
But like, oh, hey, we're going to Skelly spam fill up the fort wall. And then all the Zidanians and flyers are like, we don't care.
Yeah.
We're just going to kill your mages.
Now, does Ctis have anything else he could be doing? Not really.
I mean, foul vapors, I guess. Yeah. But it's not easy for late age Ctis to do foul vapors, but...
You know, storm...
Oh, these guys have poison resistance. If they get blessed, they have poison resistance, so...
Look, guys, at this stage, when you're fighting this... And it's not just the Zeadins, like, the other troops are also flying, by the way.
What is this shit right here, where he's got the poison right here on the wall? Have you seen this?
Oh, is that like a Ctis thing?
Never even heard of that.
Oh, there might be a spell, but I would think it would appear... What's the blue... Is that rain?
Group of Wonder, Rigor Mortis. Yeah, it's not one of those.
Isn't there... like a Vapor Flames, but for...
I've never heard of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Unless it's like some terrain thing. I don't know. Like maybe the terrain under the walls doesn't get affected by temperature scales or something.
Well, look, guys, at this point, like, there's not much you can do against this kind of Ragan army. But Skella spam in general needs like 2-3 turns to generate enough of a buffer.
Yeah.
So you need to have enough chaff to last 2-3 turns.
I want to see what he had his Sarumancers doing. So the Sarumancers are these black-robed ones. Oh wait, no, that's his Great Sarumancer. These red-robed ones? Okay, the red-robed ones are the Sarumancers. So he's doing Horde of Skeletons. I think Banefire is your friend here.
So, yeah, but you need, like, the idea, I guess, is that if you just do Banefire, like...
Oh, he's doing Shadow Blast, which is going to miss everything. Or, no, it hits some things.
Yeah.
And maybe Shadow Blast? How much MR did he have? 17? Eh.
Let's go. Why don't we go to the report and see how many he actually killed?
Air Elementals. Okay. Yeah, they only killed 3. So I think Banefire would have been a bit better, but... The things that did most of the killing were the Tomb Chariots, but I'm guessing they were not killing... Yeah, they weren't any Zidanians that got killed.
No, it's the light infantry that got trampled a little.
Yeah. No, he got... Okay, never mind. He lost 2 Zidanians and had 15 converted. So, I don't know. I don't think Ctis really made Raga get out their wallet and pay.
Yeah, and it looks like... it's hard to see, but I don't think there were many successful assassinations. So in the last 2 turns, there's roughly the same number of commanders. Now, I think the commander distribution... Like, there are more Seraphs. I don't remember that being that many.
Yeah, we counted 20, right? And so there were at least 20 here.
Yeah, he might have reinforced. He might have lost a few and reinforced, but I don't think there were that many lost.
I think, too, guys, if you're playing a multiplayer game, especially if you're going to play with the same people again, it is good to get a reputation for making people pay.
Mm-hmm.
So, extract that pound of flesh. In this case, I think Banefire is probably your best bet, with the Reborns doing Skelly spam. And then just get off as many Banefires as you can while all this stuff dies.
Even if you were thinking, oh, but I need the Skelly spam to live long enough to do something, the problem is how many... Like, if Banefire lands on a couple of them, you're guaranteed to get kills because of the decay. Whereas Skelly spam, as we saw, does not guarantee you anything.
Right. I mean, that many Zidans aren't going to care about Skelly spam that much.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a 55 damage, too. It's going to pop them pretty good.
Pretty nasty, yeah. Okay, so GG Ctis, one last province to clean up.
Yeah, Ctis. Okay, let's pour one out for Ctis here. They've got one little small stack rolling around, but they were in a rough spot. They got attacked from both sides by Raga and by Abyssia. Well, not Abyssia. They were at war with Abyssia, but and then Joman came in, so it was kind of a 3v1.
Ctis is in a rough position. I mean, late age Ctis is not a super strong nation.
Yeah.
Their early expansion options are quite limited. And he tried to do assassination expansion, which worked sometimes, but some of his neighbors were able to take advantage and get some of the provinces that he had kind of cleared out. So he had a rough expansion, and then he kind of got teamed up on.
Yeah.
But
he was going to war with, against Abyssia, and then one of the things we did comment on, though, was the poor use of the chariots. Yeah.
And at this late stage in the game, fighting Raga, that was sort of irrelevant. But earlier on, they're even with that start in that sort of geopolitical situation, some of those battles could have been won more cost effectively.
Yeah.
There were things he could have done. But that is all he wrote.
It is interesting, though, that he did hold off Joman, to his credit.
Yep.
Made Joman turn around, held him off for long enough. And in some ways, the fact he held him off so long is why Joman's dying now. Joman might even beat him out of the world. I mean, not really, but almost will beat him out of the world. And Joman was the original backstabber for him, because he was off fighting Abyssia. Joman stabs him in the back. Raga joins in later. So...
That's true.
There's some comfort in taking your enemies down with you. Okay, so good game, Ctis.
Okay. Speaking of Joman, nothing happened, right? Because we're still sieging down.
Yeah, nothing happened. A little raiding with Atlantis. Yeah. I think there's not much to say for the rest of this turn. I think we've basically covered it.
That's it. Okay.
And we got plenty of time, so let's do another episode, another turn or two.
Yeah, let's go. Turn 48.
48, I think. All right. And here we go. No messages, so we were talking about Ctis at the end with Raga in that battle. Let's see if it looks like the final battle happened here. This is the end of Ctis, the final ride-out.
And, meanwhile, looking at the map, it looks like Raga just sent small squads of Zeadans to all the provinces neighboring the one where Ctis was.
Oh, really?
Just to be sure to get him. Squads all over, So, well done.
Yeah.
A killing blow.
And
you can see that Bogarus was waiting for this nap to end, probably with him and Joman.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason he couldn't have done this earlier.
But it's looking like he's going to make a play for this Joman fort.
Yeah. Power to him. I think he can get it.
And that'll be pretty good, because he's already got a pretty good amount of power down here with this throne, and
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's it for Bogarus. Let's take. By the way, let's just check on Gath. Has anything happened there?
Oh, we didn't do score graph sack. Let's go ahead and do it before we forget.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back to the other nations, but
yeah, don't worry, guys. We'll finish them.
Provinces. If we look mid-game, Atlantis was ahead by a good margin, or early mid-game.
Yeah. Now he's still at the top.
Oh, he's still number 1 right now, actually. But
Yeah, still number 1. But other players have caught up.
Right.
Bogarus, Marignan.
Yeah. Bogarus. They had a very rough early mid-game. Like, they were half of Atlantis. And they've just made play after play after play after play after play. And now they are one of the big 4.
Yeah.
Marignan, also one of the big 4. Right under Atlantis. Ulm, even though they're kind of winning this war against Marignan right now, does not reflect on the score graphs.
Well, Ulm has only won. Ulm is winning the war only insofar as he won one major fight.
Right.
But he has not taken any territory except that one fort. Whereas Marignan has basically eaten all of Utgard.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where he's getting all that province count from.
That's true.
So, Ulm would have to, and honestly, even if Marignan just has so much stuff, he's got great scales. He's recruiting tons of units. So each fort.
Well, let's look at that one now. So income, you can see Marignan has better scales than Atlantis. So income, they're ahead.
Bogarus also doing very well.
Bogarus doing very well. Raga right here, doing pretty well. Now, while Raga was really high up here, you can see he's got kind of a Hellbless, right? So even though he's one of the biggest,
it's a rainbow. Yeah, it's not.
Well,
crazy,
it's not a Hellbless, but it's expensive enough that.
Well, the difference is who has Raga been conquering? He's been conquering Lemuria.
Well, that's also true.
So so that's.
But he probably also does not have as good a scales as
probably,
Atlantis and real. These are all real scale nations. Bogarus, Marignan, and Atlantis are scales nations.
But if you click between forts and income, you'll see that it's not for lack of trying. Raga's forts are way up, but half of those forts are in Lemuria. So
yeah, that's true. Forts, it's actually, a bit more even, because instead of... Who is this? Oh, that's... Okay, no, it's still the same big 4. These same graphs, the same big 4 for forts are also the same big 4 for income and province. Gym income. Oh, I don't have those. Shit.
No, we don't have that.
Army size. Marignan just ahead. Looks like they're ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Where's Ulm? Oh, yeah, that's crazy. I think the Marignan player might feel a little down and out because he's fighting a 2-front war. But he's really, at this point in the game, kind of the top dog.
I think he's... Yeah, I mean, I'd be stressed, but optimistic in Marignan's position.
Yeah.
A lot rides on the big battles that are going to happen with Ulm, and I think we're going to have some this turn.
There must be, because look at this.
Yeah. Actually, just looking at the graph, it looks like it went much better for Marignan than it did for Ulm. But let's
go see what happened.
Let's go see what happened there.
Enough of the score graph business.
Yeah. So it looks like
this is the one you were waiting for.
Marignan rides out.
They ride out. They have Val for Flame, so they're not going to use it.
Not going to use it. All right. So why don't we take it? Let's see what's happening here. Let's take a look at the...
Get out your popcorn, boys. If you've got popcorn, pause the video, go downstairs, get your popcorn. This is going to be a good one.
So I haven't watched this yet, so let's see. I'm going to bring it up here so I can watch more closely. Just so I can click on things. Okay, so what do we have in the back here for...
I'm going to put it in slow motion while we're doing the talking through what we've got.
Oh, dude, click on these angels here.
All right. So, a defense kit with Heart of Life. Okay, so this is basically all for... He's planning on them popping with Phoenix Pyre.
And there's 2 of them, yeah.
This one, less dependent on Phoenix Pyre. Much smaller mage core on the Marignon side. On the Alm side, he's got the Distraction Wolves, 2 flanks of Heavy Cav, a lot of mages. Let's see if we can get some stats on his Communion. 13 slaves, so that's a magic boost of 3, with a little bit of safety. And how many masters did it say? Oh, it doesn't tell you, I guess. I thought it did. Probably a lot of masters. Oh, wait, we're going back to normal speed, slow speed. Oh, what was that? Alright, let's take a look. We've got Relief up. We've got Howl up. Both sides have cast Howl. And then that's the Valfor Flame.
It's a great spell to cast against crossbows.
Oh! Fog Warriors comes out. Oh man, weren't expecting that, were you?
Alright, why don't we let's click on a soldier from both armies to take a look at what kind of battlefield enchants have gone off so far. So we got Flaming Arrows here from Marignon. We've got
Mistform.
Fog Warriors, but that's it.
Little Starvation too, that's not good.
Yeah. No protection buffs. Right? I don't
Right, no protection buffs.
No protection buffs. And now it might be... he doesn't
No
have
Strength of Giants
mages.
buffs. I mean, we're looking at one guy, but...
Yeah.
Oh, heavy Starvation from Marignon. Ooh, I'm surprised he pulled out such... It looks like he's going to win, but...
Alright, meanwhile, let's look at an Alm troop here. Also no protection buffs.
I think he did some Strength of Giants. I mean, Legions of Steel, like here, I think he's got some, but...
Alright.
Yeah.
And he's got Arrow
Air
Cannon,
Shield. Yeah.
which is good.
So he's got arrow shield. That's gonna... How many crossbows we have? We've got a lot, but not a ton.
Yeah, no, it's...
Like 100.
Yeah. Okay, the Flaming Arrows... it looks like Marignon does not have Arrow Fem, right?
No, it doesn't.
Which is unfortunate because it means the Flaming Arrow crossbow rangers from Ulm are going to pop in this form.
Yeah.
On pretty much everybody because they don't even have like shields or anything. Like
well, and Iron Blizzards is going to mess up Mistform. So.
Yes, that's true. So.
Oh, there was something.
That was the mass protection, I believe.
Yep. Oh, wait, current natural protection 15. The fuck? How do you get 15?
Yeah, isn't that 10? So
10?
That guy must have gotten a weird...
Maybe he got Marble Warriors or something. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah.
Some of these guys got Marble Warriors,
Yeah, some
I
of them
think.
got Marble. Okay. Alright.
Okay, but this is now very significant. Because these guys with Fog Warriors and Mass Protection... you know, Alm stuff doesn't hit that hard. I mean, the crossbows kind of do. I think the main thing Marignon's missing here is Aerofend. If he had Aerofend up, I think that would really, really, really cut the casualties. But on the other hand, Alm's missing a lot more.
Yeah.
They don't have Fog Warriors or Mass Protection, so... Now, what are these guys doing?
They are unfortunately killing wolves from Howl.
Yes. Go forth and kill all the wolves.
Yeah, so they're... I don't know what they were set to attack, but it was not rear. Oh, maybe it is rear now.
Okay, but this is interesting, because now they're running into Ghoul Guardians, which are a counter to Phoenix Pyre Thugs. Yoink. Okay, let's follow them around. Where did they go? One's here. 72 fatigue.
And the other one's back there.
With 117.
I mean, to be fair, yes, it's a Phoenix Pyre play, but it's not like they're the only targets. So they have a chance, like that one that's 117, it can just chill and take a nap and come back when it's ready. It's a little different when you're just soloing the whole army.
Yeah, that is very true.
You can't afford to do that. So it looks like there are fewer mages here for...
he literally lands and explodes, though. Like, it's instant.
Yeah. So there are fewer mages from Marignan, but they're doing Thunderstrikes, which are landing right in the middle of Alm's big blob of mages. Whereas, like, where are Alm's mages?
They're doing Iron Blizzard. We got a lot of Iron Blizzard coming out. There's a Shadow Blast. So they're doing things. I don't know if there's a lot of astral magic.
Can we hit like F1 quickly just to see? I feel like a lot of Alm's mages have died already. If we just do C, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so these are priests, black priests. Now they're still spamming.
They're still spamming. Yeah. See.
The communions died now. I think.
Yeah, the communion died.
I think he had a very hot communion. Is I think what happened, and I think he's burnt up all the slaves. But it could be, okay, we're going to watch it again in a sec, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want to see, I think it could be we missed it, and there was the angels landed back here and blew up the communion. Oh, crossbows coming in doing work, though.
Yeah, crossbows did work. Do you think an angel might have splatted onto these mages?
Yeah, that's what I want to check for.
Yeah, it's that clump in the top.
We're just going to watch this until we catch up where we were in the battle. There's a bloodletting again. Alright, let's check on the communion slaves now, because I feel like... Oh, they're looking okay. They're at 100 fatigue. They're looking fine so far.
Alright, let's keep our eyes peeled.
This is the first one. I thought we saw this. Oh, this guy's gonna blow up. Probably take some guys with him.
Yeah.
Oh, not really.
Like 2 or 3. Let's look at the... Yeah, how's the fatigue doing on the communion now?
There's a couple dead, but this is not what we saw a second ago.
Yeah. Alright, let's...
Oh, Thunderstrike's coming in.
Oh, that splat's gonna hit a few.
Oh,
only one dies.
Only one died, yeah.
How's the fatigue on the communion?
Oh, I just saw a tick from fatigue, yeah. Now they're burning out. So the communion lasted for a pretty long time.
What turn are we on? Battlefield turn.
Wait.
10, 11. So that communion lasted about 10 rounds. I personally feel that in this kind of battle, like, okay, you use communions. There are, I guess, 2 kinds of communions for like human nations like this. One of them is you need to boost a couple of guys really high to get high enough paths to do, like, I don't know, fog warriors or something like that, right? Like,
yeah.
You don't have air access, you only have a crystal Amazon or whatever, and you need to boost her up like 4
Holy
levels.
shit. That was really cool. Did you see this fallen angel taking off?
Yeah.
Watch this.
That's not a fallen angel, that's a launching angel. That's Falcon 9 right there. That looks amazing. I've never seen that perspective. And it lands there. Like, see? A rocket landing in the back.
Yeah. Will it explode?
That's great. I think it's because there's like a mountain on this side of the battlefield for some reason, right? Because normally you can't zoom like this.
I
think the terrain is being weird. Anyway,
it
that's
could be.
But yeah, so communions, sometimes you've got a big communion just to get one guy really high.
Right.
But in this case, the communion, I think, is designed to fuel like a long engagement. It's like, I need to get a bunch of, I don't know, air 1s up to air 3 for Thunderstrike or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And if you're going to have a big slog against another big human army, you need to be conservative on the communion because it's going to last, like, the battle's going to last more than 10 rounds.
Yeah. Marignan, in this case, has a much less greedy communion.
Yeah, and his guys are continuing to be effective through the whole fight.
Right.
And the problem with like S1 mages or whatever path you're doing is that when the communion falls, then you're pretty useless. Because even if you don't have fatigue issues, you can't cast any useful spells.
Yeah.
If you have the low paths. So knowing when to like go really aggressive on the communion and when to be conservative is an important thing to learn from experience.
And by experience, Sakane mostly means blowing up all your communion mages repeatedly.
Well, I actually go from the other side. My experience was that I was always way too conservative. Like, I would always have, like, way more slaves than I needed.
Yeah.
And you lose battles that way, too, because your communions are all, like, super fresh.
Yeah, you have like 30 mages, but it's really just 5.
Yeah, exactly. And then you lose the battle that way. So it's bad in both directions.
But I'll say the lessons you learn best are the lessons where you burn up like 30 of your communion mages in a battle that was pretty easy to win. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's a lesson you don't forget for a while.
It's very risky to go hot on your communion because, if there are a lot of like gem baiting attacks or just a thug like who can survive 10 turns and then you burn out your communion and you don't have it for the real fight that you wanted. Yeah,
the non-optimized rule, but the simple rule, is 2 slaves for every master, and that's if you don't want to burn hot. That's like a non-burn hot.
It's usually a great ratio, assuming people share the same paths.
Right. If you don't have the same paths, if the masters primarily have paths the slaves don't have, then you want 4 slaves to every master, if you don't want to be hot. But there's a lot of situations where you do want to be hot, or hotter than that. And then you can also do things where you can get away with better ratios. So it's complicated, but that's the simple version. That's like where to start, because communions are so complicated that it's kind of hard to dip your toe in it without getting burned. So I feel like you need simple rules to like get your feet wet.
So, unfortunately, because of the replay bug, we were lied to.
We were lied to.
It turns out that this did not go
fake news
well for
Yeah.
But let's tally up the losses here. So, in terms of mages, is where really gets clobbered here.
Yeah.
I mean, almost all the mages have died, right?
Yeah, basically.
5 Black Priests survive, and like, I don't know.
This is a bigger loss, I think, than Marignon had when Marignon lost the battle to Ulm.
Yes, I agree. And if we look at the top here, in terms of mages, he lost 1 Fallen Angel, and I mean, he lost mages too, but just not as many.
Yeah.
Right. And now in terms of troops and gold cost, they both lost a ton. Just eyeballing it, they lost like equivalent in terms of gold cost of troops, very roughly. Like,
I mean, you basically, if you just get rid of the 150, then this is 200 troops that Ulm lost. Well, 150 is the wolves, like a little more.
Yeah, so like 159 for
of relatively equal quality compared to the 159. So it's like almost more troops too.
Yeah, a bit more troops. But it's the loss of the mages that really sucks. And if we look actually at who's doing the killing, so those 4 depths of the Silver Order, those are Air 2, S2 plus a random. They were doing like thunder strikes the whole battle.
Oh wait, where are we looking?
Like
these guys
that got the kills, right? 85 kills on 4 mages. That's a well balanced Thunderstrike communion going the whole battle. And the Geotic Masters
and the Fallen Angels killed a lot too. Yeah, the Geotic Masters killed a good bit.
Yeah. So just
these were also part of the Airstrike communion or Air Thunderstrike communion. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crossbows killed a lot. So. Yeah, that was a cool battle.
So, Marignon.
It's kind of nice when you have a non-cheesy... Like, I would consider this a cool battle, like non-cheesy battle.
Yeah, just like a good old, like, 2 armies line up, buff.
You're not doing stupid stuff that's annoying, like fatigue or morale plays, Yeah. Like, you're actually killing them. You've got, they had thugs, they had mages. It was a good battle.
An honorable fight, right?
Honorable fight. Well played, guys.
But actually, this is a huge deal for Marignon because
it stops Ulm in his tracks over here.
Completely stopped.
Well, not completely because he's still on top of this fort, but yeah,
but this is like
major
setback. There's no longer like an existential threat there, and he can kind of regroup and fight again. But he needed to stem that tide. And actually, it looks like if we look on the other front, he did turn around and go north against Ulm.
He did, but 2 ways.
Yeah. Well, that's the garbage fort with the 20 wolves in it. The big army went north. So these are, by the way, super high quality provinces. Very, very
right.
And Utgard finally split up.
God, he did it. Utgard read the tea leaves. He said, I have a pretty good feeling this Doomstack does not want to come mess with my capital.
Why don't we... Can we just quickly take a look, maybe just in the reports, to see if there were any Scrati?
Show me the Scrati.
All sacreds.
Literally sacreds. Feels a little bad, but hey, I'm not complaining. We've got major movement from Utgard.
Mm-hmm.
Said I just needed to buckle down in my capital for a turn or two till I get this sorted and until you move along, and I'm going to be coming back out. It's okay. Cool. I don't think there were any battles here of significance.
Yeah, that's it.
Atlantis. Taking the coast, right? So no losses, really.
Sieging down the capital.
Bogarus rolling in. Oh, wait, we've already covered this, haven't we?
Yeah, we talked about that. He's aiming for that fort. Okay.
So that's it for this turn.
Yeah, we can get in another one, right?
We can get another one. All right. We're at 49?
Yeah.
Okay. And okay, let's not do it from that. Starting off with Gath. Nothing happened. Let me offer, we've kind of said this before, but it's not really fun logging into your turns and doing nothing. So if you find yourself in this situation where you don't know what you should do, you're just like, man, I'm losing, I'm not winning. I'm definitely not winning. Not sure what I should do. Declare war on one of your neighbors. One of your neighbors you think, maybe they're most betwixt and between, caught up in other wars. And ride out. You'll have fun. And it'll mean you don't have to log in to keep doing your turns if the war goes south. But
if you're really stressed about a Dominions game, and honestly, this happens to a lot of players, myself included, Dominions is a very stressful game because you don't control it directly.
Right.
You gotta send the orders, and it's like, oh shit, I hope it worked. What if this happened? What if that happened?
Which is how real life is, by the way. We don't really control real life directly.
That's true, but at least you control what you do all the time. Whereas here, you don't even control what your own armies do, right?
Well, I mean, with generals, they don't actually do fighting. They tell people to fight.
Yeah, exactly. So it can be stressful. I'm sure being a general is very stressful too.
Yeah.
But one way to relieve that stress is to just be like, you know what? Just go attack, have your war. Maybe you win, maybe you lose, you'll learn something. And if you kind of lower the stakes a little bit, it can make going through those turns a lot easier. Not dreading having to open your turn file.
I think the thing too is, you have to know, in my opinion, if you're playing a losing game, you want to be playing the losing game to end it quickly. Either get yourself out of a losing game into a winning game, which means making risky plays, or you just lose. Don't stay don't accept status quo in the losing area. Make a play to win or die, lose.
Yeah.
It's annoying to have to log in and do your turn and then not feel good about the turn, in my opinion. So this is a little bit like my situation when I was McCone. I was kind of sitting there not doing anything. I was okay.
Your situation where?
With McCone, I was like, okay, I don't really have any plays. I think I have 0 chance. I'm declaring war on all my neighbors.
Well,
now that said, I didn't fight very hard in that war, but I fought a bit. Not that much.
Anyways, in this game... it looks like... Okay, okay, we got a lot of battles here. Why don't we take a look at... this Jotunheim area. So Utgard has retaken most of his land.
Oh wait, did I click the wrong thing?
Wow,
we're gonna watch this though.
Marino one turned top of this fort. This fort has as much income as like a capital.
Yeah. This fort's a big deal.
Definitely a worthwhile investment of a large army.
Alright, pretty clean. I think a lot of the deaths here were actually friendly fire.
Well, he did lose a few mages.
Those are probably crossbows. But...
yeah, might have been crossbows, I guess.
Okay. Alright. This fort's now cracked. And this represents, in my opinion, a very big problem to Ulm, because now Ulm's like, what do I do? Do I go south? And Ulm does not have deep pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't have that many fort turns producing mages. So when you lose 30 mages like he did up here...
it's going to take a while to replace them.
Right. He can't be like, oh, well, I'll send another 30 up to here and then another 30 down to fight this army.
He doesn't have... and honestly, like he has almost nothing in the south.
Right.
Now, Marignan does kind of need to regain control over the Utgard situation. Because if he just goes north to fight Ulm... then Utgard can come in and take those farmlands. So...
yeah. Well, now it's the little rock, paper, scissors with big army, medium army, small army, right? And
yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think on this particular turn, actually looking at Utgard's position, it seems to me like Utgard is trying to retake his throne to the southeast.
He could.
And if you're Marignan...
this is not enough to defend it.
Yeah. But except sailing, right? So...
yeah.
So I think if you're Marignan, I think this turn you could definitely move in and take a bunch of provinces again. Depends how good your scouting is. Given what we know, I would feel comfortable.
I mean, if you have one threat vector you're worried about, which is a bunch of gam herdings, I'm pretty sure you can deal with that as Marignan. So...
but like Marignan can afford to like send like small, medium armies in all these provinces and lose the one fight where there's a pile of gam herdings.
Right.
You know.
But I mean, he can also try to intercept the gam herdings. What I meant, like figure out where they're going to move and try to fight them.
Yeah. Well, I think they're going to his throne.
Because in some ways, this is what Marignan wants. I think like Marignan kind of didn't want to fight the Doomstack on top of the capital, so he's talked Utgard into splitting all his stuff up. So now he needs to fight the split up stuff.
Well, let's see if that's what he's able to pull off next turn.
What is this? Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh,
I thought this was Buckaroos attacking Marignan.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, speaking of Buckaroos, he was attacking...
Joman.
Joman, right? So...
and he's now on top of this fort.
Oh, and Atlantis attacked. There was a battle.
Okay. Don't want to spoil it, but we saw who won.
We saw...
okay, now, Joman, taking your advice, because clearly he listened to the last recording...
yeah.
Decided to ride out. Better to fight outside the fort. Now, the real question is, does he do the ultimate FU move and put up foul vapors, even though it will kill his own troops?
Now, actually, okay, so we say it's better to fight outside the fort, but consider this. He's lost all these surrounding provinces, basically. So, and it's his cap, so there's no real point. If you know you're going to retreat, by the way, interestingly, winning wins is not up this fight for some reason. You might have forgot the death gems. But assuming we were trying to counter Wailing Winds, in this situation, because it's your cap and you've got nothing left, if you fight outside, then retreat, and the guys aren't there to fight in the fort, that seems like not a great proposition, because there's only one battle left, right? This is the final battle. So if the fort walls are going to give you like a tactical advantage for the fight, then this last ultimate battle, I think you should take inside your fort walls. Now, I don't know, you're fighting Atlantis with superior troops. You know,
yeah, I don't know.
They probably do want to fight inside the wall, but at the same time, you'd only be fighting 5 ice guards at a time forever, right? So if you've got good evocations, I
think you foul vapors this army.
Yeah, and if your plan is to foul vapors the army, then you fight inside the wall.
Because yeah, probably. Or you do it both. You foul vapors outside with half your army, and you foul vapors inside with half your army.
Yeah, sure.
That would probably kill almost all the Atlantis stuff.
Yeah.
The problem with that is it might work so well that you might not be able to get finished off for another 10 turns, and then you have to play the game for 10 more turns while you have literally killed all of your own stuff.
Yeah.
But, anyway.
Alright, so Joman is almost...
Yep, we're about to have to pour one out for Joman.
Yeah, well, we'll wait.
Yeah, no pouring out yet. But Atlantis has also decided he's going to up the ante on this this fort here, and he has finally cracked it. Put a lot more siege troops on top.
Yeah, so that'll get cleaned up.
And I don't think there's much inside here. Certainly nothing that's going to cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left. Okay, anything else? Atlantis, Drago Lemuria.
Oh, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Gosh, that was quick. That was perfect. Well, let's call it for this episode then.
Excellent. So a lot of minor powers have been eliminated or about to be eliminated. Surprisingly, Gat's still in this game. Nobody has touched him.
Right. It's a bunch of free territory saying, come and eat me, but people are very busy.
Yeah, they are. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.
All right. Take care.
Take care.